Now, here we are, Sunday, October 29th, 2023. I'm Larissa. This is my video diary. I'd say it's time to drink from skulls, but all my skulls are in the wash. So I'm drinking from the goat. Oh, my hair. It's still on my face. I was like, one little hair. I want to sip on my tea. Drink from the goat's head. Yeah, so people are like, oh, I like your costume. I'm like, these are just my normal clothes. Because they were. There was one woman talking. She's like, but you got the skull here? I'm like, yeah, I drink from a skull every day. She's like, oh, but you got the cane? I'm like, yeah, you know what? I got attacked, and sometimes I walk with this cane now. That's my stick. And she was just like, oh, is that making a point? It was funny. I terrified children, though. I did. I terrified them. The first little boy that walked by didn't want to come in. Mom was like, there's something in here you can get. And you want to go in there? And he looked at me, and I was sitting there because I had cramps real bad, so I was sitting on my little lounge thing, and I had my stick so I could push myself up if I needed to, and I had my canning pot, right? My big black enameled canning pot, and that's what I had all the treats in. And I was wearing all black, and I was wearing my black pointy shoes, and oh yeah, had my black lipstick on. Things that I wear, things that I wear. My clothes. It's just my clothes. It's just dressed as me. My fingerless gloves. All things I just wear because I'm me. He's like, I don't know if I want to. I don't want to. I want to go in there, Mom. That's terrifying. Terrifying woman. I gave away my treats. I did. And parents were grateful that it was not candy. That was something else. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. Anyway. Oh my God. Yeah, it's funny. Omar and I have been married 23 years. It's the first year we've had trick-or-treaters. Yeah. First couple years we were married, I made us costumes. We dressed up and sat and waited for the trick-or-treaters to come. They never did. We've never had any trick-or-treaters. Yesterday was the first time I've had trick-or-treaters. The kids were funny. I'd say, what do you say? And they'd say, thank you. I'm like, no, that's not what you say when you trick or treat. And I'm like, what do you say? What are the magic words? They'd be, please. No, you gotta say trick or treat. They're like, oh. That's so funny. Yeah. But I guess, this year's probably like the first time in a number of years that anybody's gone trick or treating, right? Anybody's had those events. And yeah. Kids don't know what to do. Anyway. So what I give away, I got these little mini watercolor palettes and boxes of 4 crayons, red, yellow, blue, and green. And then the mini watercolor palettes had red, yellow, blue, green, and orange on them. And I had instructions on how to do watercolor resist. And on the back of the instructions, a little explanation of why you dress up on Halloween. Yeah. So I had that, and then I also had I had these little notebooks that I put one of stickers on that I got for promotional giveaway, and because that's what Halloween was, a promotional giveaway. Everything had one of sticker on it. Um, and then they got a pen and crayons with that. Kids that weren't wearing costumes, teenagers. You need to wear a costume. My favorite costume. My two favorite costumes. My two favorite costumes. One little girl came in a homemade costume that she made. It was her spider costume. She had a beanie that had googly eyes all over it, and she had these like pipe cleaner made. They were big, but they were, it was a homemade spider costume. She was wearing a little black skirt. She looked real cute. I said, "Did you make your costume?" And she said, "Yes." I said, "It's my favorite." I said, "What kind of spider are you?" She said, "Oh, I'm just a general spider." I said, "You're an itsy bitsy spider." Her mom and dad laughed. She was probably like, I don't know, 10, I guess, 10 or 11 years old, something like that. And then there was this little girl came in her dragon costume, Astrid. She's been in a few times. And she looked real cute. And she was carrying her dragon mask. And I think I creeped her out because she was like, "Oh." I said, "Oh," I said, "You're a big scary dragon." And she went, I almost peed laughing. It was funny. Yeah. 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 That's what I did yesterday. And I had a few people come in and actually look at the art, which was nice. Yeah. Like, "Oh, this is new." I'm like, "Yeah, I opened in February." They're like, "What?" I'm like, "Where have you been?" Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the story is. Yeah. Anyway. Anyway. Today, I gotta do laundry. What else is new? I got a giant pile of laundry over here. Laundry, laundry. It's like always going. And towels. And I gotta sweep. I'm not gonna dust. Everything's fine dust wise. Sweep this week and or today, and I need to go to the grocery store. I don't like having any vegetables in there. I have like a handful of vegetables. There's a bunch of leftovers. Well, there's leftover Chinese food and there's leftover rigatoni from the other night. Yeah, I had another box of rigatoni. I made a red sauce. It was good. I had olives and broccoli rabe. I have some vegetables in there, but I don't like have enough to finish a meal. Oh, yeah. Oh my God. Oh, yeah. So the jacket I'm working on is really, really, the patterning is really nice. I gotta go into work tomorrow, so I'll work on it then. But I gotta get a bunch of stuff done today. I can't go roller skating because I'm still bleeding like crazy. All right. Ugh. Awful period. Watch this clip this morning. This woman, probably about my age. I don't know, in some city somewhere. Could have been Oakland. I don't even know. But she's like sitting out on her porch having a cigarette, and she's complaining because there's like these women. She's like, "These women are trying to fight me." She's like, evidently they jumped her somewhere, and she's like, "They pulled off my wig," and they were creeping around the house, and so like her motion sensor lights were going on and off. Like I had that issue, had a similar issue. It wasn't women, it was guys. When we lived in Oakland, the first house we were at, um, it's like I'd sit out on my front stoop to have a cigarette, and people would mess with you. It's like you can't even like live, right? So I was just like, oh my gosh, grown ass women with nothing better to do than creep around on someone else's house. Oh my god, what's wrong with people? What is wrong with people? I don't even know. I don't even know. Oh, and all kinds of dogs came by in costumes yesterday. Oh my gosh. All kinds of dogs came by in their costumes yesterday. I gave them liver treats. I gave all the dogs liver treats, the ones we're allowed to. I always ask because you never know, because some dogs, particularly with purebred dogs, have food allergies and are, a lot are on restricted diets that can only eat certain types of proteins or whatever. Yeah. 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 I was gonna be really creepy and wear my black spiked face mask, the hood, that I can see through, but I can see out, but you can't see in. But I washed it. I had washed it and it seems to have shrunk. It didn't fit my head. My head didn't get any bigger. So that thing must have shrunk when I washed it. Oh well. And then Omar put on the wrestling mask for like 2 seconds. He's like, I'm not wearing this. Yeah. But I was real creepy. Oh, because I am. I'm a little creepy. I'm not a creep, but I'm a little creepy. I know it. I know it. The guy came in and was looking at the paintings. I said, Are you a painter? I could tell. I could tell he was because of the way he was considering. He'd stop and he'd look at a painting at one angle. And then he'd turn his body and he'd look at it from another angle and he'd step back. I'm like, yeah, I know. I know that technique. I'm like, are you a painter? He's like, yeah, how'd you know? Ooh. I'm like, because the way you were looking at the paintings. And he goes, oh, yeah. Hmm. Takes one to know one. But I think he was thinking I was like reading his mind or something. Saw it in your aura. Yeah. Anyway, he's like, I'm hoping to have a one-man show. I'm like, oh. I'm like, you'll probably get it because you got a dick. I'm like, I said, that's not what I said to him. I said, why don't you open up a space? I said, there's a lot of spaces down here. And then you can have a one-man show every day, just like I have a one-woman show every day. Yeah. Yeah. Seriously. Make a destination for people. Come to look at art. Right? Anyway. The news is just awful. The news is just awful. I watched the UN emergency meeting. Oh, that yesterday, no, the day before, Friday. I watched that. Oh my God. It's like, why is there even debate happening on this? What is the debate? It's like everybody against Israel. And everybody says the same thing. Yes, we support your right to defend yourself. No, this has gone beyond self-defense. And, everybody's saying the same thing. Please stop your population from encroaching and taking additional land. Please stick to the 1967 borders that were agreed upon. Right? Nobody is saying that it's okay to take people hostage. And everybody recognizes that this was provoked. It's just, I mean, even Jewish people all over the world, are like, stop this. Stop it already. It does nothing but brings violence upon Jewish population all over the globe when Israel does this stuff. So it's, and it's doing nothing but creating more Hamas members because all those children are going to grow up sympathetic to Hamas. And remember what big mean Israel did to them. Oh my God. Yeah, it's awful. It's absolutely awful. Anyway. Anyway. I guess that's all that's really going on right now. I guess that's all.